Well, we're starting the night off with breaking news. A new fire popped up in Stevens County this afternoon. The Reservation Field fire has burned 10 acres and prompted level 1 evacuations for Reservation Road, Johnny Walker Way, South Cemetery Road, and Sanctuary Way. Level 1 means you should be aware of your surroundings. Good evening. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Shayna Walltower. Tim is off tonight. We want to get right to the latest information on the Reservation Field fire. KREM 2's Brandon Jones is on scene near Springdale. Brandon, what is it that you can tell us that's going on right now at this point?
Yeah, guys, I just left the location of where that fire sparked up, and speaking with some firefighters, they told me it actually got started up because of a house fire. They weren't sure whether that house was occupied or not, but fire is up to 26 acres now, but for the most part, they have everything under control. It's 30% contained and no huge flames or anything like that, so they're keeping an eye out on it. They just brought some bulldozers in to force some of that dry land off, and they're going to start the mop-up job after that. They couldn't tell me how long until it's completely contained, but they're monitoring it and keeping a close eye on it. So that's what I have for you right now. Find anything else out, I'll let you know. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks so much, Brandon. We'll continue to keep you all updated on this fire. For now, the Stevens County Sheriff's Office says wind was a big contributing factor to the Reservation Field fire, and this week is expected to be pretty breezy, making it even easier for fires to spread. Meteorologist Michelle Boss is in the Weather Center with a first look at our forecast.
Well, fortunately, we did not see widespread windy conditions here across the inland northwest as we take a look at some of the current sustained wind speeds, generally 10 miles per hour or less, at least in the Spokane area. A little bit breezier out in Deer Park and Coeur d'Alene at the 6 o'clock hour, but kind of zooming into conditions a little bit closer to that fire. If I can advance my graphic here. Seems to be frozen. All right, well, in the Springdale area, we were seeing wind gusts in the 10 to 20 mile per range earlier today. Fortunately, the next couple of days should not be as windy, so good news there. Let's see if my graphics will work. All right, there you go, 83 degrees near Springdale. That's near where the fire is burning, that Reservation Field fire. Wind gusts now under 10 miles per hour. Temperatures, though, were warm today, but not particularly hot. 83 in Spokane, 83 in Coeur d'Alene, a little bit warmer out across the Columbia Basin, middle and upper 80s there, but full sunshine all across the inland northwest today, and more sunny weather expected over the next couple of days. In the short term, we're looking for clear skies this evening. Temperatures falling into the upper 70s by 8 o'clock tonight. The next 3 days look like this. Generally light winds Monday and Tuesday, full sunshine as temperatures make a return to the 90s on Tuesday. We do have some concerns for some windy weather on Wednesday with a slight chance of some late afternoon and evening showers and highs in the upper 80s to around 90.
All right, Michelle, thanks so much. The largest fire burning around the inland northwest is the Williams Flats fire. As of today, it has burned 45,000 acres, but it is now 85% contained. Level 1 evacuations remain in place for areas south of Four Corners and on or near the shore of Lake Roosevelt along the 9-mile Hellgate Road. Cahoon Road is not under any evacuation orders, but because there is heavy fire traffic, only people living there and owners in the area can access those parts. Now, if you were heading westbound on I-90 near the Highway 195 exit today, you may have been stuck in some heavy traffic. Traffic slowed down from Division to the Highway 195 on-ramp as Washington Department of Transportation workers inspected the underside of the Latah Bridge. Those inspections wrapped up at 5 p.m., so you should be gliding pretty smoothly through that area now. Well, every day the tide rolls in and gets out of the Puget Sound, and engineers at the University of Washington would like to harvest some of that energy for public use. Tides are a renewable energy source that is more predictable than sun or wind, but the technology for tidal energy isn't quite there yet. But there is a team of engineers from UW's Applied Physics Lab that's testing a cross-flow turbine to see how much energy can be generated. Cross-flow turbines can harvest energy from flow in any direction. The team is recreating the flow that tides would produce by driving the boat at variable speeds and monitoring the energy output of the turbine. Pretty impressive. Now, a handful of sites where the United States manufactured and tested some of the most lethal weapons known to humankind are now peaceful havens for wildlife. This includes places like a tiny Pacific island and a leafy Indiana forest. The Hanford nuclear site is one of those 9 reactors used to produce plutonium for the U.S. nuclear weapons was there. The public was not allowed in that area for decades, so there are now an astonishing array of animals and habitats that are living there. The government converted it into a refuge under U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service management. Its shrubby grassland and Columbia River habitat support mink and otters that were previously threatened, and salmon and many other species of wildlife that are there as well. Now, President Trump spoke this week at a soon-to-be completed shell plant in Pennsylvania, but workers were reportedly told they had to choose between attending the speech, staying at home, and using paid time off, or even not getting paid at all for the day. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette was the first to report on the rules, saying workers who chose to skip the rally could, quote, take paid time off instead. The event was billed as an official White House event, but it became more of a campaign-style rally. Trump spoke of his achievements he claims as president and criticized his would-be Democratic rivals for the 2020 election. And today, President Trump says the administration has discussed the idea of buying Greenland from Denmark because of these strategic benefits. The president also suggested the semi-autonomous territory is a financial burden to Denmark. Leaders in Greenland have said it's not for sale, and Trump added that it is not a priority for his administration. White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow, appearing on Fox News Sunday, said Greenland is a strategic place with a lot of valuable minerals. And still ahead tonight, a teenager is in custody after authorities discovered threatening anti-Semitic messages from him online. He is now charged with threatening to shoot people at a Jewish community center. We'll show you what prompted police to arrest him. And over 60 people are dead after ISIS bombed a wedding in Afghanistan's capital. We'll have footage from the aftermath of the blast when we come back.